Hi guys, it's Mandakini here from Dynamic Wellness. Today I'm going to show you how to make Adzuki Beans and Pumpkin Stew. For those of you that have done our cleanses, you know you've tasted it before and you love it. And I'm just going to show you, for those of you that haven't made it yet, how easy it is to make, but also how good it is for you. So in the Oriental system, we use Adzuki Beans and Pumpkin Stew as medicinal foods for kidneys and for spleen. It's very good to help us transition when you try and get off sugar. It helps you with sweet cravings. It really nourishes both the spleen meridian and the lower back, the nervous system, and the kidney in particular. So the main ingredients that we need, have a look. We're going to need, first of all, the Adzuki beans. So just to give you an idea, Adzuki beans are loaded with protein, calcium, magnesium, iron. It has more protein than you'll have in eggs. It has more calcium than eggs, beef, chicken, or pork. It has more magnesium. It has double the magnesium and the iron that you have in beef, and more than all the animal products that we normally use. So Adzuki beans are actually a fantastic source of minerals and protein and nourishment. And you can either use the slow way. These are the seeds. If you do the beans, if you just buy it bulk, you'll have to soak it and cook it slowly, either in a pressure cooker. You'll have to throw away the water and cook it either in a pot, or you can use ready-made cooked Adzuki beans in a tin. I don't mind this brand at all because it's clean, it's made in Italy, it's organic, and it doesn't have the PBA. You don't want to use tins that have the white stuff in it, and you can see that it's only tin. So I'm okay with this brand, and it just saves you time. The other ingredients that you will need is pumpkin, which I have cut. This is organic pumpkin, therefore I leave the skin, I don't mind. There is some chopped ginger and onion here. A good quality oil. I'm going to use extra virgin oil today, olive oil, but that's okay if you want to use another type of good oil, sunflower or safflower. We're going to also use here seaweed. This is wakame seaweed. If you can find kombu, it's fantastic. Seaweed is an excellent way of getting minerals. There's lots of studies to show that it also helps the cells cleanse from heavy metals, and it really helps with the DNA of the cell. So it's an extra, that's what it will look in the packet, the spiral that I use in the health food store. You'll find it this way. And this is already chopped just with the scissors. I just cut it in with the scissors. And we will also need tamari, which is a good quality soy sauce. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go. So I'm gonna start by putting the heat on. And we're gonna go with the olive oil. You can either measure or just pour it in. And we'll start with the ginger and onion. Ginger and onion, and they'll give it a few minutes. Okay, so we've got the onion and the ginger, the fresh ginger. We're just frying them, sautéing them a little bit in the oil. Next one in would be the pumpkin. Look, roughly, rule of thumb, it's not really such, doesn't have to be accurate, but pretty much rule of thumb would be equal amounts of pumpkin to cooked Adzuki beans. Okay, so here's the pumpkin sautéing along, which is pretty good. And now we're adding the cooked Adzuki beans. Whether you took them from the tin or whether you cook them yourself, you want them cooked. So you're going to add them cooked. And now we're just going to stir. The other ingredients that go in now are the seaweed that I showed you before. The other thing that goes in at this stage is the tamari. You can put as much as you want. You'll get used to how salty you want it. Perfect. Perfect. Just a tiny little bit of water, and pretty much you're gonna let it cook until it becomes a stew. So that's all that is. That's all that it takes. But you have to keep an eye on it. Add a little bit of water if needed. Stir it so you have the consistency that you want. But this is pretty much all we need to do. I'll come and show you when it's ready. There's not a problem to leave it cook for an hour, 2 hours, several hours. As long as it doesn't get burned and you add a little bit of water, you're good. So just have it to the consistency. It needs to be a stew. It needs to be cooked well. That's how it's going to nourish those organs. Okay, so we're back with the Adzuki beans and pumpkin stew. Come and have a look. It's been cooking for about an hour now. You can finish it now, or you can keep going. Taste it, see if you need any more tamari. You may need it. This is what it looks like when it's ready. And you can have it with your brown rice. You can have it on a rice cake. You can have it on maybe a piece of bread if you want. If you're used to, say, beans on toast, you can have it on a good quality piece of bread. You can add a little bit of olive oil on top of it. You can sprinkle some gomashio. Have a look at our other video of how to make gomashio. It's a really versatile thing. You can even use it as a topping in baking. Obviously you want good ingredients for the base, but you can have bake dishes. You can have, say, a base of a grain and then put some azuki and bake it in the oven. It's really a fantastic dish. Very, very good for you. The biggest thing, one word of warning, you don't want to have too much. Probably a couple of tablespoons per day is plenty. It's quite a strong food. If some of you are not used to it, you may get a bit bloated or a little bit a sense of heaviness. And also in summer, you want to be careful not to have too much of it. It's probably a better dish for winter. With the Adzuki beans and pumpkin stew, you're totally welcome to do a big amount and then just freeze it. It freezes really well. Maybe freeze it in meal sizes, and then you can just defrost what you need for the day. But yeah, here we go. That was our Adzuki beans and pumpkin stew. Try it. Let me know how you go. Make some comments below the video. I'd love to hear from you.